Hey guys, my name is Wallace, the Nomad Recruiter, and you guys may know me as one of the #1 recruitment content creators on YouTube. I'm constantly updating you guys with a lot of new software tools and new skills, and I also help a lot of people get their staffing and recruitment agencies off the ground. So if you're looking to start a staffing and recruiting agency, you can book a call with me and make sure to check out my website, nomadrecruiters.com. You can check out some of my testimonials and a lot of my students that I've helped get results. I use real names. I use real people at the end of the day. So I want to make sure you guys know that and you don't get scammed by a lot of coaches out there. So today we're going to be talking about how to start a staffing agency. And we're going to also do a couple more videos like the difference between staffing and recruiting, but we're mostly going to focus on staffing today, okay? So starting out in the staffing space, one thing that I want to mention is that there are a million different niches in the staffing industry. Often, I'm getting hundreds of phone calls right now. A lot of people are booking calls with me to talk about healthcare, nursing, staffing. And a lot of people are not looking at the technical staffing, the sales staffing, the construction staffing, trucking staffing. There's so many different routes, there's so many angles that you can go to at the end of the day. There's also so many departments within a healthcare space that a lot of people do not look at. Often, when people are reaching out to me and talking about wanting to specialize in a healthcare or nursing staffing industry, it is a little oversaturated, in my personal opinion. When you're starting off as a one-person shop, it can be a little overwhelming, but there are other departments within a hospital or within in a home health facility that you can look into at the end of the day. So look, getting your staffing agency off the ground is going to be important to niche down. I cannot stress this enough. You want to niche down on what you're deciding to do, okay? You will need some type of structure or organization. So I will look at some ATS or CRM systems. You can look at lever.io. You can look at monday.com. You can look at HubSpot, and you also can look at Salesforce. You can look at a few different CRM and ATS platforms to help you structure and organize your candidate and client layout at the end of the day, which is really important. You also need to choose a location. Okay. So often when people call me, they tend to choose the locations that they live in. Or what's very common is everyone calls me and they say, "Hey, I want to specialize in staffing, but I want to work in California on roles in California, Miami, or New York." And I'm like, yo, slow down, slow down, slow down. everybody, everybody doesn't want to live in Miami, California, or New York. Maybe they do, but you have to understand if you're targeting popular locations, the more competitive and the more business development calls and client calls and candidate calls you're going to have. You're making it harder on yourself constantly targeting the most popular locations. So you have to understand how to do your proper research and target locations that possibly are not getting looked upon or is high demand, but a low level of candidates in that market. And that's where you come in as the headhunter to try to push a lot of candidates to move to these locations. So that's going to be extremely important. You need to get a website. You have to get a website. Now, it doesn't need to be all decorative and pretty, not until your agency start making some money, but you want to have the about us, the services, the contact. What do you actually do? Do you offer staffing? Do you actually offer contingency? Do you offer recruiting? Really break that down at the end of the day. And you need to have a business development strategy. As long as you understand how to find jobs, you will always be able to make money with your agency, but you need the business development strategy. So what usually happens? People book a call with me or they book a call with my competitors, and then they never really get a coach. So they say, "Hey, I'm going to go out and do it myself." And what usually happens is, I'll see the typical person, they'll build a website, they'll start posting some jobs, and they'll put a lot of money in job ads. And you're already now a couple $100 or even $1,000 into the game, and you have not seen a deal, you have not seen any placements because people think it's just a simple process sometimes. I know we make it sound easy, but it's not that simple at the end of the day. If you don't know how to qualify the right people, you don't know how to look for red or green flags, and most importantly, if you don't have the proper coach to back you up and support you at the end of the day when you're getting your business off the ground. So, it's important to have a proper structure, to have a BD strategy as well, but also to have a mentor or a coach to help guide you. I would strongly, emphasize that. You want to get some logos as well. Make sure your brand look clean. I cannot, look, do not be cheap when it comes to your business, but I do want you guys to save yourself some money. So possibly check out Fiverr is a good website where you can get a logos made for anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks, but make sure it looks clean, make sure it looks good. If you were going to a restaurant, you had to choose between, Red Lobsters or, some five-star French restaurant, you're gonna ask yourself what looks more appealing. And you have to think about that with your business at the end of the day. If clients are coming to look at your website, the website adds credibility. That's mostly what it adds. So you're building a website for the credibility structure for the most part. You can hire a virtual team to assist you once you start scaling. Listen, a lot of people jump from A to L. People jump so fast. And listen, you don't need a virtual team to start you off unless you are extremely busy and you have the capital behind you. To start paying for a virtual team as soon as you start, but you don't need a virtual team if you don't understand and you don't know how to recruit. There was a story about I think it was a guy, I think it was the Hiltons or the Waltons or something like that, but he was standing in a college dorm and he was he was sleeping on a person's couch, and his roommates didn't know that he was extremely rich. And he was like, he turned out to be like a multi, billionaire. This kid. And his friends was like, man, why are you here? What are you doing? And he was like, man, my father's making me start off as a plumber. He was like, a plumber? He was like, yeah, because one day when I become CEO and someone sends me a bill that for $7, I know as a plumber that it only costs 3. And that's the same thing with recruitment. If you don't know how everything works just off the ground, you're going to lose a lot of capital. You're going to lose a lot of money not having a proper structure and a proper team behind you as well. It's also important for you guys to understand, there are various types of recruiting as we move forward as well. When you look at a coach like myself, I am an agency recruiter. So as an agency recruiter, my job is to go out and find the money. I have to go find money every day. And then you have people like my competitors, they're in-house recruiters. In-house recruiters do not find clients, they focus on finding candidates. So you have to understand the difference between an agency recruiter and an in-house recruiter when you're also looking at potentially buying a coach. And then you have other competitors who mostly have a strong sales background as well. But recruiting is not just about sales. It's a lot, emotional intelligence is extremely important, and understanding that the fact that you're really trying to help people, you're not just making a lot of money. You'll also need to learn how to price yourself as well in the staffing space, how to price your contractors depending on the niche, at the end of the day as well. Now, there's various types of staffing that you're going to do, but also, I guess the one most important thing is depending on the type of niche that you go into, you will need licenses and you will need insurances, and taxes are different depending on those states as well. That's why I stress to all of my students and all the people that watch my channel to be a all service agency. I want you to be doing temp, contract, full-time, direct hire. I want you to do it all. It's just better for you to do it all when you're starting out here in the game when it comes to your recruiting agency at the end of the day. So a lot of things as well. You got your ATS, you got your CRM, you got your website, you got your logos. You definitely need to make sure you look good on LinkedIn as well. Do not be putting up those IG model pictures. I don't want to see y'all out here doing the stinky legs in your photos. I don't want too much blush and makeups. I've seen some women have these photos on their LinkedIn profiles where their lips are just, it just lips are out, and the guys are just like this. And everyone's like cool. And it's like, no, this is a professional profile. LinkedIn is not a dating app. I'm calling you all out right now. If I got to be your father for today, I'm calling you out. Like, clean yourself up online. I'm not going to lie. Your boy used to party a lot back in the day. I've had my fun, but I've cleaned myself up for the most part. If you guys look me up professionally across the board, I'm pretty clean these days. So I don't judge you. I understand we all got a pass. We all have had fun, but you got to understand in the staffing and recruiting space, when you're asking for $20, $30, $40,000, people are looking at you. And you want to present yourself well. You want to make sure your profile looks good. You want to make sure you show consistency on your years of experience in the recruiting and staffing space. And you also want to make sure you get yourself a company page as well. So it's a lot of skills that you want to start off with. Most importantly, teach yourself how to staff, how to recruit. You need to learn how to source great candidates. You need to learn how to find good clients. There are good red flag clients and there are red flag candidates at the end of the day. Just because someone worked at a huge company, at a Meta or at a Facebook or at a huge hospital or they got the degrees behind their name doesn't mean that they're always great for your client. There are a lot of candidates that are not good for the roles, and there are a lot of clients that are not great to work with. I've had some students in the past, being their coach, I would tell my students to drop this client. And it was like, what? I'm like, yeah, man, all money is not good money. You're going to spend a lot of time, a lot of energy sourcing, which could take days and hours. And then on top of that, you're going to have to pay for software too. So you're spending your money up front before you even get paid. So before you even get paid, you're spending your money up front. And then it's like, well, this client, you have clients that are too picky. You have clients that don't, that have these outrageous, in the recruitment world, we call them unicorns. Like when you get a job description and a client wants a front end developer, machine learning engineer, DevOps, project manager, all in one. You're like, what? Or they'll ask for a nurse slash doctor slash LVN, RPN, all in one, like all three. They want it all in one person. And it's just like, no, no, I'm not gonna work this job. Or sometimes salaries don't match the expectations of the location or of the job responsibilities as well. So you have to understand all money is not good money when you're getting your staffing agency off the ground. Listen, if you love this video, I need you to hit that like button. I need you to share. I need you to comment below. Book a call with your boy if you're looking to get started with your agency. I want to help you grow. I'm looking for more hungry students. I don't want everybody to be my student. As you can see, we are very selective now of the people that we're bringing on board to our program because we want action takers. We want people that want to make money. As you know, 2023, we're still going through a recession. Inflation is still rising. So it's extremely important to get on board to a new side hustle. And the staffing and recruitment game is a growing industry right now, a $400 billion industry that you can get into. So thanks for coming to the channel.